Hey everybody, this is Shannon with Scrapbooking Dreams. I'm glad to be back with another video. This video is actually a request from somebody on the Cricut message board, and it's taken me a couple days to do the video. I apologize about that, but hopefully you can still use the information. The message board member had requested a video using the Cars cartridge. This is a great cartridge. It's really cute, but it has a lot of small layers and you know, just a lot of pieces that you have to cut, and they were just asking for somebody to kind of show how they do that. Now I'll be honest with you, I have owned this cart for a couple months and I have not used it. This is my first time, so we're going to actually be learning together. I had to restart filming because my battery in my camera died, so at this point I'll go ahead and show you. We are going to cut the McQueen on page 33 of the handbook in case you want to follow along. At this point, I have already cut out the McQueen, and he's just cut on black. And I don't know if you can see when you cut this McQueen or Mac or whoever you're cutting, when you cut this one here, it cuts out all the little indentations to show you where you're going to put all your layers as you're assembling it. So I have him cut out already, and I just cut out the red that goes on him, but we're going to do the other layers together. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting on a speed of 3, and my pressure is set at 4. Now when you cut at a speed of 3, it does go pretty slow, but I found when you're doing some of these more intricate pieces, it really does help to go at that speed. Alright, we're going to go ahead and cut out the windows, so I am going to move my blade to where I have this blue, and if you can see in your handbook, it's going to actually cut out the windows and the white part. Now I only want the windows blue, so as soon as those windows are cut out, I'm just going to go ahead and hit stop and cancel that. So the way we do this is we're going to go ahead and hit our body layers, and we're cutting the upper right hand corner, so we're going to hit shift and we're going to hit the McQueen that we're working on. And we're just going to verify right here on our screen that the right thing came up, and then we'll hit cut. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and hit stop, because if I move this back, you can see the 2 windows that I needed have already been cut. Now we're going to go ahead and cut the same thing. We're going to cut the white for the windows, so we're going to hit repeat last, and we'll just verify that it comes up, and then we'll cut that. Finished, so we're going to, a quick way to move your blade back to the beginning is hit line return. And then I'm actually going to move my blade up here to the yellow. I'm going to take that layer button off, and I'm going to be doing his detail now. I'm going to be doing the yellow. So it's the same thing again like the Windows button. He actually has 2 different colors on him. He has yellow and kind of an orangish. It's going to cut them out, so you're actually going to have to cut that out twice so you can get the pieces in the correct color you need. So I'm going to hit the detail button. Where's the detail button? There it is. And then I'm going to hit McQueen, and I'm going to cut that out. Alright, while that's cutting, I'm going to go back and do the same thing with an orange, and then I'm going to cut out the tongue and sign with brown, and then we'll be back to put this together. Now we're going to go ahead and assemble our McQueen. I like to keep the handbook out because I would have a very hard time figuring out where all these layers went if I didn't have this. So I'm going to set this off to the side so I can see. Here's our McQueen base layer, and here's our first piece. And again, like I said, we're going to learn this together. This is the first one I'm ever assembling. So what I do is I like to just start with some of the bigger pieces first. And before I glue anything down, I kind of like to lay it on here and see how it's going to fit. So I'm going to use a Zig 2-way glue pen. I'm going to go ahead and apply some glue. Alright. We're going to go ahead and kind of line this back up. Now we also have this red piece. We have this red piece, and okay, I think we can go ahead and put the whole piece down. Let's see. Yep, we can glue the whole piece down, so I'm going to add some glue to that. And then we're just going to keep building the layers like this until we get them all on. Alright, now here's where I'll go ahead and refer to my book again. I want to see where else I'm missing red. I'm missing red on the little back part right here, which looks like this piece. Glue it down. And let's see. Where else are we missing red? Oh, in the wheel wells. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and do the brown tongue. That's right there. Let's just see. It's going to fit perfect. I'm going to use a different Zig 2A glue pen for this. It's a finer point. I'm going to go ahead and put the window, or the mirrors and window in the car. So I'm just going to add some glue right to my... Now we have those windows down. We're going to put his windshield on. See, I don't know if you can see this. I might be off camera because I have it zoomed in so far. I'm going to go ahead and add some glue right to here. My next little piece and put it in. Let's see, I have some extra white pieces, so I'm not sure. Looks like I might have to add some more white pieces there, but we'll see once I add the yellow. Let's see, we are going to put... Pieces are extremely tiny. I'm going to go ahead and use this just because that's what I have in front of me, but for some of these super tiny pieces, you might want to consider using the Xyron sticker maker, because you can just run these little pieces through it and then they're ready to go, because it can be very difficult gluing these teeny pieces. Now I get my next pieces. You can see what I'm picking at. My pieces are just still in the paper here. So I'm pulling